like us, the
Hangover.
on the chaos theory, and anyway, you all know when you get there and nobody was out. Now, you lot have done so well. This has been really the toughest event we've ever run.
It's a piss.
The timing has been tightened up so that, and I think you saw in the schedules, it not only was done right, it had to be seen to be right, that when you went up through built-up areas, it brought the average down, or anywhere where the road was less than perfect tarmac. I'm sorry about that, that's how it is when you're trying to link up roads that are decent. But you must have worked so hard to stay on these averages, and when I keep seeing zeros coming up, I'm staggered. I just don't know how you are putting it together.
Probably just as well.
So really, well done to you all. I know we call this a touring assembly, but the criteria is that you follow a prescribed route, and the legality of it, I shouldn't say that, but it is that timing is used only to make sure that you do not go too fast or too slow. Now, they should have left out the too slow in the regulations for that, I think, but you've all got through. I'm really pleased. Right, now, we were worried about coming back to Corsica. From 2001, we were so relieved nobody had gone over the edge. And again, now we stand here.
Spike went over the top.
Yes, we'll exclude the liège because we expected that to go over.
Like design. Peter, it's a design fault.
And I'd like to say that it's nothing to do with the car, it's exuberance. The driver.
It's the driver, I think, definitely.
Right, now to the awards. We've got to be reasonably good. What time are we leaving here so we can call now? 7:30. Right, first of all we'll do Class A up to 1600. For this year we dropped up to 1000, we went straight up to 16. And the winner for this year is Francie Clarkson.
More silver bloody wear for you two.
Well done, girls.
Right, we should have done the runner-up, but we've right. It's Richard, Winter, and Andrew Sim.
Top novice, yeah.
Top knob, what?
Right. Class B, runner-up, Rob and Elizabeth.
Thanks for the fuses.
Everybody.
Alright, Class C.
Yeah.
C.
Class B winners.
B. Don't argue with her, trust me.
Right. Class B. Now this is 1600 to 1800, right? And that's Charlie and Paul Boyd.
Because you're worth it.
It's a slow learning curve.
1801, and it's Peter and Andrew J.
Well done, boys.
Really great, really great.
You sprung that one on them.
Oh.
That's a shocking joke.
I know.
That is a, yeah.
Right, the winner of Class C, Kevin
Damper.
Tubman of West. is Team Gorilla.
How much? What?
Come on, Richard.
Well done. Yanni's funny. Thank you.
Well done.
Should have got him on 50 from half an hour.
Thanks. Again.
Thanks, Peter. Thank you. Well done.
Right, most of you know why we do this one, but the new people probably won't, the new competitors. Peter Rollinson Trophy, he was a 7 enthusiast who took part in events, and it's a bit beaten and bashed. And this,
Around the back of
it should be.
the
This, as only written down, presented to the competitor with the highest performance in a 7-type sports car on the Good car. There's some nice people there. Roger Tushingham, James Miles, Roger Tushingham, Francie Clarkson, James Miles. That's amazing, isn't it? And
Just competitive people, aren't we?
to Francie Clarkson.
Yay! Well done. You know, weigh that car down going home.
kind of excess baggage.
Yeah.
Right, now, second overall, Francie Clarkson.
Oh, no. Big speech.
A couple of girls.
This is all a big mix on who you want to kiss.
You screwed out on the wheel. Oh, whoa, don't knock it. Don't knock it until you tried it. Bring out the horses. He's not got a horse yet, is he? And kiss her just on one horse.
Yes, right.
That's 2 pigs.
You've all been, how can I put it?
Competitive?
The results at the end are amazing. They're all if you see the actual points at the end, they are so close together. We have never had anything like this before. It's staggering. There's only a little bit between each of the top cars. And the overall winner, well done, Charlie Sterling and Paul.
Well done.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Well done.
I'd like to say that I spent all night making this little doll TVR, sticking pins in it. Charlie said I was crazy. Paid off.
It'd be a lot easier just to navigate better, actually, with the same. We won't discuss that right now. We'll move on. Well done, guys. Oh, mate.
Right, now, this one is where the marshals we all consider spirit of the event, and throughout the 6 days it does change quite a bit. It's somebody then somebody else, and everybody has done good deeds, but it actually comes as somebody who keeps going regardless, despite what their mechanical failings are of the car. And this year, the spirit of the event goes to Alan Robinson and Ruth Robinson.
Well done, guys.
No, it's not. Not quite. I just have a few things to say here. Because one of the things I've always enjoyed about these events is actually the quality of the mementos that you take home. And whether you've been given them for what you've achieved or for just finishing, they're things that you're proud to take home, you're proud to have, and you like to put on the shelf at home. But we've got another trophy to award here, and it's one that was donated yesterday.
Oh, no!
No.
You can't get rid of it, can you?
In contrast to what you've got here, it's actually a piece of
Crap.
sort of gaudy 70s plastic tat. But having said that, the spirit in which it was awarded was anything but. And it was donated by the lady at the lunch stop yesterday, the Belle Epoque pub, because her grandfather used to run motorcycling events actually here, but he was also well into cars, as is she, and she was over the moon at all the cars that pulled into her car park yesterday, and she was full of admiration for the people who were driving them, and she was watching over my shoulders as I was putting times down. And so we decided that we would have to have something for which we would award this trophy. And we considered all the silly things that have happened. I mean, Richard smashing his son with a rock, and I think somebody else has broken a finger, haven't they? You know, the Liège going off the road, or Charles and Richard blitzing through the historic Tour of Corsica event. But in the end, we decided that despite all the problems that you've had this week, including a few odd instructions from novice marshals which haven't helped the things you've done, but one thing that we've seen is, controversy aside, we've seen an absolute masterclass in how to tackle one of these events and stay on top. And in a car that's probably not best suited to it, that would have been a real handful to drive on some of these roads, whereas the Caterhams and the Westfields and the lighter sports cars, certainly the Elises, a real, you know, the car to have for these events. So in actual fact, when I decided on this, I actually thought that Peter and Andy wouldn't get anything, but that aside, it's something I want to give to them for really, I think, the best display we've ever seen of a car tackling these events. And I think had you not had the problem that you had this afternoon, you could well have finished on zero. Yeah. And bearing in mind that's what you've all been trying to do this week, and so you all know just how bloody hard it is, then we've got a little something. As I say, it's a bit of plastic. She was full of admiration for the cars.
That's sweet.
And I think for what you've showed us, it was the, you know, the thought on her part. She wanted it to go to somebody deserving, and I think it should too.
That's really great.
Like she's ashes,
There you go, mate. Well done.